Hey everyone, it's Ugo. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel once again. So today we're gonna do a little something different. I filmed for you guys my everyday makeup tutorial. I don't wear makeup every day. Probably 99% of the time that if you catch me at the store, if you catch me at, Target or Costco or anything, I look like a bum. It's okay. It's fine. We could fight. Like, if that's what you want to do, we could fight. So today I thought, why don't I look like a actual person? Quarantine got me forgetting who I am sometimes. So I just had to remind myself. And I did remind myself on camera for you guys. Not that anyone was asking, but here I am showing you guys the products that I use. 98% of it is drugstore because I'm cheap. I am a student. Y'all know that. I'm a student still. I do work full time, but I am cheap. So if I could get it for less, that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to make it work. So that's what I'm doing for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Leave comments down below, like, subscribe, all of that. Share it with your mama. I already told y'all before, your cousins, sisters, cousins, moms, cousins. They deserve to see this too, because sometimes you got family members whose eyebrows just be, doing what they want to do. They're not sisters. They're not twins. They're not related at all. I don't even think they say hi to each other when they go to the grocery store. So this tutorial might help y'all, And if it doesn't, I just hope that you guys enjoy watching it because I had a lot of fun making it. So let me know if you guys enjoy it. And if you didn't, let me know why. I'm always here to learn. And we're going to get on to the video. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure what dance I was trying to do. Maybe it was at the whoa or anything. I don't know, just let it go. So by this point, I had already moisturized and primed my face. I do prime with the Milk Hydrogrip primer. To me, it's the best primer in the world, and I will never ever replace it. I do have dry skin. I lean more towards the really dry side of things. It's funny because I used to have oily skin, but now I have completely dry skin. And the Milk Hydrogrip primer makes sure that my makeup doesn't patch. So I really do love that primer. Right now I'm using Anastasia's Dip Brow Pomade in the color Ebony to just fill in my brows. My brows are not sisters. They're not cousins. I don't really think that they're honestly related. I feel as though I have two different people's eyebrows on my face. So Anastasia Dip Brow comes in clutch when I'm trying to do my brows. So right here in this scene, I'm basically just blending and shaping it, everything out to make sure that it looks decent so that I can carve it out a little bit later. So right here in this clip, what you saw me do was take some of my NARS creamy radiant concealer and I put it on the back of my hand or on my finger. As you can see, I do really like to warm up my products on the back of my hand. As you can see, my eyebrow is there as well. Funny enough, a lot of people think that it's a birthmark. It's really not. It's just residue from my eyebrow. So I do take that creamy radiant concealer and I just carve out the bottom and top of my brows, kind of make that awkward unibrow shape, and I kind of try to blend it down all the way down onto my eyelid because that's the same color that I'm going to be using as my eyeshadow base.
Purchase your tracks today. Dial on 106.
Honestly, I don't even know what song is playing right now, but apparently I loved it. So right here, I'm taking my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Amande, bringing it all over my lid, and I'm going to blend it out with my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. This is the sponge I use when I cannot find my black beauty blender. It works just as well, so honey, don't break your pockets trying to get the beauty blender. Right here, I'm taking my finger and just blending out that concealer above my brow and in between my brows, because we do not want that halo brow in 2020, the year of our Lord. We have made it this far and we are not going back, okay? So here I'm just blending it out, and I'm going to set it with my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder in the color Deep 60. So I'm just basically giving that kind of a base on my eyelid. I'm not exactly sure why I do this step, but I do it. It doesn't make a difference because I'm going to go in with my Dose of Colors Sassy Sienna's eyeshadow palette. I usually try to use the color Foxy, which is in the middle that I showed there, but it broke. So I'm using the color Bossy, and I'm mixing Oh So Sassy in it as well. Basically in this clip, all I'm doing is just blowing out the edges of that eyeshadow from the Dose of Colors palette with my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder. And now I'm going to take my e.l.f. eyeliner in the color Jet Black. I did it off camera because I can't get it together. I'm sorry, guys. Listen, if you want a video about it, let me know. I'll figure it out. Otherwise, I'm going to do it off camera. I'm taking my Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the color 355 Coconut. This is the dewy, smooth, I guess, texture because I do have severely dry skin, as I said before. I'm moving on to every black girl's favorite concealer, which is the LA Girl ProConceal in the color Fawn. You know where it goes: under the eyes, on the bridge of the nose, forehead, on top of the upper lip. Same thing goes here. Y'all know the deal. Listen. And I love me a lot of concealer too. So that's what y'all about to see right now. I'm caking it on for real. I do also decide to go in with my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. This is in the color Golden Honey. And I just blend those two in together because I do like full coverage. If I'm putting on makeup, you're gonna know I have on makeup because I like it to be thick.
You won't see me in the ocean, you'll just let me drown in the night. Oh, you a bad one, and you know that you caught my eye. You don't care about how I'm feeling, but I need your touch for healing. Oh, you a bad one. Oh, you a bad one. They told me you a bad one. They told me you a bad one. I don't care, never had one. Care, never had one. Oh, they told me you a bad one. They told me you a bad one. But I don't care, I never had one. I don't care, I never had one. You a bad one, and you know that. You a bad one, and you show that. I don't want you, but I need you. Can I see you? Cause I need to. Your body, you a hottie, but I stretch you out like Pilates. Yeah, baby, you my lady. Yeah, you wild, yeah, you crazy. You told me you a bad one.
So in this clip here, you just see me blending out my concealer after I've waited about a minute or two for it to dry a little bit to give me that fuller coverage. So right now I'm just going to take my Real Techniques sponge and just blend it on out. Just make sure that there's no harsh lines. Now I do have under eye bags because being essential is not all it's cracked out to be. So I'm going to go in with another layer of concealer after I finish staring at the TV for some weird reason. I'm gonna go in with another layer of concealer. This is again the LA Girl ProConceal concealer in the color Warm Honey. This is gonna give me a brightened under eye because I love a nice blended brightened under eye. So I'm just putting that in kind of the same spots under the eye and on the bridge of the nose. And I'm gonna go in with my Cover FX Power Play concealer because, as I said before, if I'm wearing makeup, you're gonna see I'm wearing makeup, honey, but you also gonna see that it's blended. Okay, so this is in the color N Medium 4. So as you see, I kind of just let that sit as I do other things, whether it's touch up my brows, or in the last clip you saw me blending out my eyeshadow a little bit more. I'm just trying to make sure that the concealer dries a little bit so it gives me that fuller coverage like I said before.
Building be falling, clear out the streets. You bring Wahala, you bring these heat, you bring the drama, turn up the heat. I can't forget you, man, damn respect you. I can't neglect you, troubled and vexed. They told you a bad one, they told you a bad one. Oh, you're a bad one. Oh, you're a bad one. Told you a bad one. They told you a bad one. Oh, you a bad one. Oh, you a bad one.
Got that sauce in it.
Fire, 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 fire.
Now, I did warn you guys that I'd like a lot of concealer under my eyes because, again, if I'm wearing makeup, you're gonna see I'm wearing makeup, honey. I'm giving you full glam at all times. It's either full glam or crackhead. There's no in between with me. Sorry. If you know me, you already knew that part. So basically, I did put another layer of LA Girl Pro Conceal Warm Honey under my eyes. Just letting it dry. As you did see, I did put on some chapstick because my lips be super dry thanks to Accutane. So I'm just letting that concealer dry under my eyes. Kind of just gonna wait for it to thicken up, as I said once again, just to give me that full coverage look. Alright, so in this clip, I'm basically just blending out the concealer with both sides of the Real Techniques blending sponge. I try not to move in this pivotal moment where I'm going to set my under eye with the Sacha Buttercup powder. I basically use this to help, I guess, combat the look of flashback on camera. I kind of press it really into my skin. I don't bake with it. I just press it into my skin to set that concealer, and I put it under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, my forehead, and above my lip and in my smile lines. This is just the base because I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powder in the color Medium Deep 30, and this is what I'm going to use to bake because this is the holy grail. I do not stray away from it. I suggest that every black girl get into it because honey, it's that girl. So I basically just go all over the places that I want to bake with. Basically the same places that I set earlier. So in this clip, you're basically going to see me take the Fenty Beauty, shout out to Riri. You know, you can sponsor this if you want to. I'm just saying. Somebody pass this along to Riri. But I'm taking her Stalk'r Instant Warmth Bronzer in the color Coco Naughty. And I am going to basically contour my nose. Now I know this is a bronzer, but I'm using contour for lack of better words. And as you saw, I do like to blend it into my eyebrow. I do take that same color and I contour the rest of my face with it, as you can see here. And I contour under my nose. And pro tip, make sure you contour under your nose just to bring it all together. We're not gonna be looking crazy out here in 2020, okay, girls? I got y'all. I got y'all. So as if it wasn't enough, I'm going to contour now with the Black Radiance Pressed Powder in the color Ebony. I do contour and bronze in the same, I guess, makeup look because I can, because it's my face and it works for me. So that's what you see me doing here right before I go back into my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder with a fluffier brush, just to blend that whole contour, bronzer, baking powder, all of that. I'm just blending everything together because we need to be seamless in 2020. I don't want to look at you and I can be able to tell where your highlight stops and where it begins, because honestly, we cannot upset the Lord like that. It's too late in the year. Like right now, we're going into July. You need to be ashamed of yourself. If I can tell you where your highlight ends and where it begins, please be ashamed of yourself.
I bring the green, I can roll. I wanna see you go show. You don't gotta wait my time, we go. I see you wine for me. I see you wine. I see you wine for me. Yeah. I see you wine for me. I see you wine. Girl, don't ever waste no time.
So right here in this clip, I'm going to be using Black Radiance Artisan Color Baked Blush in the color Toasted Almond, and I'm going to put those on the apples of my cheek. I know it's a little weird for some to see me put it on the bridge of my nose and on my chin, and basically all over my face. I don't know why I do this, but I think it's because I feel as though it'll just bring the whole look together. I don't know. Listen, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to, because this is not a tutorial. This is just basically how I get ready. I have no rhyme or reason as to why I do the things I do. Don't ask me. So basically, I'm just taking my Maybelline Fit Me powder, the loose powder, once again, and I'm kind of baking with it. Basically, in these clips, you're just going to see me going over the things that I already did just to make sure it doesn't get lost with each step that goes on.
Don't ever waste no time whenever we're to the bed with the hold. I bring the green, I can roll. I wanna see you go show. You don't gotta wait my time, we go. I see you don't gotta wait my time, we go. CTV, yeah, I already know we have to pull up. You already know that.
So again, I'm just putting that blush back on my face so it doesn't get lost. And I'm actually going to use a different blush right now with a different brush, Milani Powder Blush in the color Romantic Rose. And I'm just lightly dusting that all over my cheeks and all over my face, as I did with the other blush. Don't ask me why I do this, honestly, because as I watch it, it makes no sense. So right now I'm using the Dose of Color Supreme Glow Highlighter in the color Royal Hotness. And this is kind of like a more golden highlighter. And I just basically put it all over my face. Well, not all over my face, but you know where highlighter goes. I'm also going to go in with the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. This one is in the color Molten Gold. And I like this one because it's a little bit lighter than the Dose of Colors one, but it's not too bright for my skin tone. Okay, so right here you're just gonna see me take my concealer and just clean up that liner just to make sure it's nice and sharp, okay? Honestly, it does not feel like this many steps when I'm doing it. So I'm again going under my eyeliner with some concealer just to clean it up and make sure it's sharp enough to cut you. And I'm going to set it with my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder, because we all know that any liquid that goes on your face, you have to set it, okay? So I'm just checking myself out, making sure my eyeliner is even before I move on to putting some eyeliner on my under eye. Now you could use any eyeliner you want. I'm not even going to, I don't even know what this is. I think this is Elf, again in the color Jet Black. I'm just putting that all over my under eye because I like for the tops to match the bottoms.
We so high we can't come down. I'm the man back in my town. Let me give you the rundown. Yeah. Evil kid out of break rules. Expensive linen and bright juice. I wanna know what you gon' do. My hands on your body wanna hold you. My eyes stay froze, I'm a soldier. Come over and over. I see you, they open like a folder. I'm rubbing on your body and go pose you. Don't gotta tell nobody I won't fold you. Oh, we so high we can't come down. I'm the man back in my town. Let me get you rundown.
Alright, so over here you just see me blending for my life. Again, that Sephora Micro Smooth setting powder is going to be your best friend. You need to stock up on it right now. Honestly, it's the best setting powder I've ever used. So I'm about to go in with my NYX Dewy Finish Long Last Setting Spray, and I spray this all over because I have dry skin, as I said before, so don't judge me, please. We don't need all of that. So I'm basically just going to let this dry out before I go in with my e.l.f. Volume Plumping Mascara in the color Black. And honestly, don't judge me for the mascara face that I make. I know if you do makeup, you know the mascara face. And I know yours probably does look a little crazy. So you need to give me the, the kudos for getting on camera to make this mascara face, because look at it. It looks crazy. But I'm getting every single lash. I'm working my way up in there, honey. And it don't make no difference because I'm about to go in with false lashes anyway. So
you don't care about how I feel it, but I need your touch for healing. Oh, you a bad one. Oh, you a bad one. They told me you a bad one. They told me you a bad one. I don't care, never had one. Care, never had one. Oh, they told me you a bad one. They told me you a bad one. But I don't care, I never had one. I don't care, I never had one. Had one. You a bad one, and you know that. You a bad one, and you show that. I don't want you, but I need you. Can I see you? Cause I need to. Your body.
Okay, now that we are done putting on mascara, I'm going to move on to the Lily Lashes Faux Mink collection. I think the name is Cresan or Crescian or Crescent. I don't know how to say the name, so I'm just going to put it in the description box below. So I'm going to use my Lash Couture Strip Lash Adhesive. It's the color Black. Literally use any lash glue that works for you. I just use this because this is what I saw in the CVS, so I picked it up. Just put that on your lashes and make sure it dries down to that, tacky feeling, like spending time with your ex or some shit. Just make sure it's tacky enough to put it on your lashes, girl. That's it.
I can't forget you, man, damn respect you. I can't neglect you, trouble and vex you. They told me you a bad one. Told me you a bad one. They told me you a bad one. I don't care, never had one. I don't care, never had one. Oh, they told me you a bad one. They told me you a bad one. I don't care, never had one. I don't care, never had one. Oh, you a bad one. You a bad one. Ooh, you a bad one. Ooh, you a bad one. You a bad one. You a bad one. Bad one. They told me you a bad one. I didn't believe. And then I saw you right next to me. Man, them be crawling at your physique. Building be falling. Clear out the streets. You bring Wahala. You bring deceit. You bring the drama. Turn up the heat. I can't.
So in this clip, you see me basically lining my lips with the Kiss lip liner in the color chocolate. Now, I do have big lips, so I do not overline, but honestly, girl, if it looks good on you, go on and do it if that's what your spirit leads you to do. It looks good on Beyonce, so I'm sure it's going to look good on you anyway. I won't shout, like it's not my business. Do what you need to do to make sure you look good, girl. So the next thing I'm going to move on to is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the color Athens. I basically put that in the center of my lip and I kind of just blend it on out. And now I feel as though my lashes are nice and tacky and they can stick onto my eyelids. So I just plop them bad boys on. Now, usually I do use my fingers. Do not judge me. But it's easier with your fingers. I don't know why people be using the tweezers. But honestly, I'm using tweezers here because I know I'm on camera and I don't want to seem like I was raised with wolves.
I never had one. I don't care, I never had one, You a bad one, and you know that. You a bad one, and you show that. I don't want you, but I need you. Can I see you? Cause I need to. Your body, you a hottie, but I stretch you out like Pilates. Yeah, baby, you my lady. Yeah, you wild, yeah, you crazy. They told me you a bad one. They told me you a bad one. I don't care, never had one. I don't care, never had one. Oh, told me you a bad one. They told me you a bad one. I don't care, never had one. I don't care, never had one. Oh, they told me you a bad one. I didn't believe.
So basically here at this point, I'm pretty much done with my makeup look. I'm just going to be perfecting my eyelashes and just making sure everything is nice and secure. I am going to go back in with that Dose of Colors palette and just reinforce that color that was under my under eye because sometimes it does get a little bit lost. So that's what you're going to see me doing here and making sure I'm still that bitch. And at this point, I was basically feeling myself, and you can't tell me nothing at this point. Honestly, don't talk to me anyhow. Like, alright, so I had to cut that off because of copyright reasons. But at this point, you can see I'm really feeling myself. So enjoy this clip of me awkwardly dancing to the song. I hope that you guys did enjoy this video and you did pick up some new tips and tricks. Again, this is my everyday makeup look. And if you did learn anything, just comment down below and I will see you in the next video.
You bring these feet, you bring, turn up the heat. I can't forget you, man, damn respect you. I can't neglect you, trouble them back. They told you a bad one. They told you a bad one. Oh, you a bad one. Oh, you a bad one. Told you a bad one. They told you a bad one. Oh, you a bad one. Oh, you a bad one.